I thought the invasion had begun. The sky above Chicago wasn't burning, it was opening. A silver fracture split the clouds, and something massive descended without a sound. No explosions. No weapons. Just silence so heavy it pressed against my lungs. People screamed and ran. I froze. From the glowing craft, figures stepped out, tall, elegant, terrifying. At their center stood someone unmistakable, the alien queen. Her presence felt ancient, untouchable. And beside her, a child. Smaller. Fragile. Wide silver eyes scanning the chaos. Suddenly, the child broke formation. Gasps rippled through the alien guards. The queen's expression shifted, not fear, shock. The child ran. Not away from humans. Toward me. Before I could react, he crashed into my legs, clutching my jacket like I was the only safe place left in the universe. The crowd went silent. The alien soldiers raised their weapons. And then, the queen gasped. Not in anger. In disbelief. Because her son, the heir to an interstellar empire, was trembling. And hiding behind a human. Me. I looked down at him. His skin shimmered faintly, like starlight underwater. He whispered something in a language I didn't know. But I understood one thing clearly. He was afraid. And whatever he was afraid of, it wasn't us. It was something that had followed them to Earth. The queen stepped forward slowly. Every movement carried authority, but her eyes were locked on her son, not on humanity. He has chosen you, one of the alien generals translated through a hovering device. This has never happened before. Chosen me? I was just a paramedic. I save car crash victims. I don't protect alien royalty. The child gripped tighter. Above us, the silver fracture in the sky pulsed again, darker this time. The temperature dropped. Phones around me flickered and died. The queen's voice echoed directly into my mind. He feels what you cannot, she said. A predator older than my species has tracked us here. That's when I saw it. The clouds weren't just opening. They were being pushed aside. Something massive moved behind them, not metallic, not structured. Alive. The alien soldiers panicked. The queen didn't. But she looked at me. If my son trusts you, she said quietly, then perhaps your kind carries something we lost long ago. The creature in the sky roared, not with sound, but with pressure. Windows shattered for blocks. The child buried his face against my chest. And in that moment, I understood. This wasn't an invasion. This was a refugee escape. And Earth was next on the hunting list. The sky tore open completely. The entity descended, a living shadow stretching across miles. It didn't attack buildings. It targeted the ship. The queen's forces fired beams of light that bent uselessly around the creature's form. The child looked up at me. And something changed. A warmth spread through my chest, not heat, memory. Images flashed in my mind, ancient worlds, civilizations erased, stars going dark. Then one final image. Humans. Fighting. Not with superior power. But with stubbornness. With sacrifice. With impossible resilience. The queen suddenly understood too. Your species survives, she whispered. Not because you are strongest, but because you protect what is not your own. The creature lunged. Instinct took over. I stepped forward, not as a soldier, not as a hero. Just as someone protecting a scared child. And for the first time, the shadow hesitated. The warmth expanded outward like a pulse. People around me stopped running. They turned back. The alien soldiers steadied. The queen raised her hand. Human and alien stood together. The shadow recoiled. It had hunted warriors for centuries. But it had never faced unity. As the creature retreated into the collapsing sky, the queen knelt before me. Not to surrender, but in respect. My son chose wisely. And in that moment, Earth didn't become their colony. It became their ally. For a moment, the sky was quiet. The fracture sealed itself like a healing wound, stars slowly reappearing above Chicago as if nothing had happened. Sirens wailed in the distance. News helicopters circled. The world had just witnessed proof we were not alone. And yet, everything felt strangely calm. The alien queen stood before me, no longer towering in dominance, but grounded. Her son stepped out from behind me, though he kept hold of my hand. He wasn't trembling anymore. He was watching me. Studying me. The queen spoke, her voice no longer echoing in power, but in sincerity. For generations, we ruled through strength. We conquered threats. We outpaced extinction. But today, my son chose something we did not understand. She looked at him softly. He chose compassion. The alien soldiers lowered their weapons fully. Humans nearby did the same. For the first time in history, two civilizations stood in the same space without fear driving them apart. You protected him without expectation, she continued. That is why the predator faltered. It feeds on dominance. It fears unity. She stepped closer. We cannot remain on Earth. Not yet. But we will return, not as rulers, as partners. Her son squeezed my hand once more, then let go. Before boarding the restored ship, he turned and placed his small palm against my chest, right over my heart. A faint glow pulsed once. A mark. Not visible, but felt. The ship ascended silently, disappearing into the upper atmosphere. The world would debate what happened. Governments would scramble for answers. But I knew the truth. We weren't saved by advanced technology. We were chosen because, when it mattered most, humanity stood together. And somewhere in the stars, a future ally remembered who protected him first.